Shaken friends, it is Taco Tuesday on a Wednesday, and it is time to do what we do every week, and that is a giveaway. And this is for everybody watching live. You should watch us live. We typically go live every Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern Time. Tonight, Wednesday, making up for yesterday. So let's see who is going to be our first winner. I'm going to shuffle these up a little bit. You notice there are some of those whammies on the wheel. If it does land on one of them, no winner. No winner. But let's go for a prize for one of you. All right. Here we go. You just got here, you missed the first spin. Don't worry, we will be doing another free giveaway shortly. So I will add you to the wheel as soon as we... Oh no! No! We haven't had a whammy on the free wheel in a minute. Oh no! That's not the way we want to start a show after Magic Live. Come on now. Let me go ahead and add a few more names here. Like Mr. Michael Dawkin, Lawrence Bundani. I know Oh No is the... that's what I'm thinking of over here. Like, man, that's not how we do this. But as Franklin points out, let's get that out of the way early. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Yes, boo whammy, boo is for sure. We'll do this. Yeah. And Fred, you are on the wheel as well now. So let's go ahead and scoot along with the show. There will be more free giveaways coming your way. And we'll also be bringing you some Magic news. And let's do that first. We'll do a little bit of news, and we're going to jump into a live review for Leviosa Phone. And there's another big piece of info I have for you about Leviosa Phone coming up after our first bit of business coming your way right about now. And that first piece of business is this, the Magic Castle. Each week we like to bring you the who's who of who is appearing this week at the Magic Castle. It is a revolving cast of people each and every week. So let's see who is in the close-up gallery starting this week. R. Paul Wilson, Tom Stone. Is that Johnny-O or Yanni-O? Either way, that is the close-up gallery. That's quite a nice little lineup there. Parlor Prestidigitation. We have Nicola Arcane and Paul Vigil. All right. Palace of Mystery. Carrie Pollock, Ruben Villagrand, and Hans Davis. Very nice. Along with Chris Mitchell and Jody Barron, who are doing the weekend brunch in the Palace of Mystery. Very cool. Library Bar, we have Siegfried Tieber. In the Peller Theater, we have Magnique with Sid and Mickey. They are Wednesday through Sunday. Hat and Hair, Nick, Mike, and Bob. They are performing there. You can see the days that they are there and the times that they're there. And the Parlor Kids shows Saturday and Sunday brunch. Fizz Whiz Pop. Looks like, is that Nicola Arcane again? August 16th, 17th. And those are the dates and times there for you too. And as always, if you want to see who is at the world famous Magic Castle, all you have to do is go to magiccastle.com and you'll see the little guy over there on the other side saying now appearing. That's where you can find out who is appearing each week at the Magic Castle. All right, so we are going to jump on in. Been a lot of questions about this, and I thought this would be a great chance to jump in, break down all the details, and also give away a copy of Leviosa Phone. Now, we're not just doing it for our free prize wheel. If we hit our supporter goal tonight with YouTube Super Chats, Facebook Stars, and raffle tickets, if we hit enough of that goal, we will give away a $250 Leviosa Phone to one lucky person. Why? Because I know not everyone has $250 to spend on a trick, but it's a really good trick, and that's why I wanted to give one of you a chance to actually win a free copy of this. Technically, it's not free if you have to enter, but you can enter right now, friends, for as little as $5. $5 can get you a $250 Leviosa phone. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in the raffle ticket link because I know a lot of people are interested in this trick, not just the details, but also picking it up. So those are the raffle tickets. It's a $5 minimum. It's a YouTube super chat and also on Facebook with the stars. It is also a $5 minimum there. You can get the stars here. Now, I will also say if you want to enter tonight's giveaway and you already bought the Leviosa phone from us, you will get a $250 bundle of magic, some really awesome stuff. So you're still going to win if you already own that. And we'll actually, if you already won, excuse me, if you already bought the Leviosa phone, we'll actually bump that up to a $300 mystery bundle of magic. So you're actually going to win even more if you already bought this and supported us with your Leviosa phone purchase. So really wanted to do this for you guys out there. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into what it is. It is basically the phone version of the OG Leviosa, which was released a couple years ago with a deck of cards. A couple more things going on here than the original. The original is like a haunted deck. It's the start, pick a card, goes back in the deck cuts itself. So that's not happening now, but there are a couple of phases here. And I'm going to break down all the details after that. So basically, the phone gets placed down on the floor. It is your phone. This is not something you're doing with a borrowed phone. And then the phone turns itself over, flips over. Once it's done that, you start to now interact with the phone now that it's got the backup with the flashlight facing up. And you will now see that the light on the back of the phone, the flashlight, starts to flicker on and off. And then, of course, you've got this nice connection going on. And then the best part of all, the light comes back on, it stays on, and the phone floats right back up to your hands. It looks like a special effect. It looks absolutely amazing. And the best part is once you're done doing this, it is now instantly reset to do it again. There's a few more details I'm going to share with you. What you're looking at here is an app that allows you to customize the settings. I'm going to go into what those settings are here in just a moment. But I wanted you to see that you can also do this now with the light. You can have it flicker a certain number of times to reveal a playing card that someone picked, and then you can have the phone come up. So you can also use it as a revelation of something with the number of flickers of the light, you know, how many times it comes on. So that is what the Leviosa phone is. And here's a full performance, but you already know now what the effect is. So let's jump on into those details for you. Starting with the instructional. Now, of course, we're not going to show you the instructional here, but I wanted to go over what you're going to learn with this. So you're going to get the introduction, Jal just kind of going over the history in the background. You're going to pop open the box with the what you received section. Obviously, you're going to get the phone, which is not a real working phone. You're going to get this and the extra bits and bobs to go with it in here. I will say this is modeled after an iPhone 15 Pro. Modeled after a 15 Pro. So you are performing this with what they think is your own phone, but this is what the phone looks like, and this is the front. Of course, this is just to peel this off, so you can then, you know, have that ready to perform. This just comes here for protection's sake, obviously. Okay, so while it's not technically your phone, they think it's your phone because in play, and I'll get to this a little bit later, you're using your phone, you bring it out, and then at some point you do a switch, and then you have this one in play, and then you do the Leviosa phone effect with that. Get into more details with that. Operating the unit, they're going to talk about how it works. He went into, I think, 15, 20 minutes on how it works. So it goes into very much detail. And I want to tell you, too, when it comes to the instructional part, because this is using IT, they do the instructional part with a very, very visible red thread. So now you will be able to see everything crystal clear on how to get into this, how to perform it, how to handle it, and then how to get out of it at the end. Okay, so everything is taught crystal clear with something that you can actually see, which is pretty important. The next section here, switches, because obviously this is something that you know, maybe you have your regular phone for another trick you've done. At some point, you want to get the Leviosa phone effect into play. There are two methods taught on here. They're both very easy to do, very justified too. I want to say that. One using just regular short sleeves, the other one with a jacket. So if you want to perform it and you don't have a jacket on, he still teaches you ways to get that into play. And vice versa, if you are wearing like a jacket, like a blazer or something, and you want to do it that way, you can also do it. So that way, you know, if you're surrounded, the jacket version is going to be the way to go. So that is great. We'll jump on in with a quick comment about this from our friend Tardvark, who says, dun, 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 dun. Let me just turn this off so that doesn't go away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have, I've shown phone Leviosa to arrive to about a dozen people now, and none of them have asked why the Leviosa phone is an iPhone, and yet the other phone I use are two different phones. And I think that's an important thing. You know, we're talking about switches. Everybody has phones. When is the last time you really, truly paid attention to someone's phone? Socially, around anybody. When are you really, unless you're borrowing the phone or they're handing you the phone to take a photo or something, when are you really looking at exactly what type of phone someone has? It's just an accessory that we all have now. And I think a lot of us kind of get so hyper-focused as magicians about details that I think phones are everyday objects now. And everyone's got one and everyone's lost in theirs. So I think this is a great example of someone that's got it, has used it about a dozen times now, and no one's asked about, why does a Leviosa phone not match your phone? I think sometimes, again, we run when we're not being chased. So I'm glad that our friend Tardvark, that's Zach, mentioned that. There's also some routine presentations. You've got Julio Montoro's presentation, who Julio was one of the original contributors, of course, creators, the original Leviosa with the deck. And then we have Jack Rhodes, his presentation as well, which Jack Rhodes, you know, who's on BGT, really funny guy. Very nice to see a couple of different presentational, you know, angles presented there too. Maintenance, they talk about how to get this rethreaded, because obviously this does use some IT. It looks like it's the same stuff that came with the original Leviosa, which is a nice, stronger thread that's not apt to break as easily. And the rethreading is very easy. I was watching that earlier. Also, the charging of the battery is USB-C. It is a USB-C charge, so that is something I know a lot of people have been wanting. Also, the app settings. This is a web-based app. So basically, you have the phone turned on. It does not turn on like a regular phone. I want to say that. The screen doesn't light up or anything like that. But when you have the unit activated, you have a web-based app on your real phone. And you could go in and customize all the settings, from the delays, you know, once you hit the button, to when things start to happen. In between, if you want the phone to turn over and then you want to wait longer before the light starts to turn on. Maybe you don't want to do the first phase. Maybe you don't like the idea of the phone sitting there and then doing this. You don't have to do that. You can customize it to not do that too. You can just have it float if you want to just do that. You can go in and customize that. Also, the blinking of the flashlight, you can customize how long that blinks, how many blinks it has, customize the brightness of the light that's popping up from the flashlight. You can customize that too. These are all things that are on the web-based app that are on your phone, and then everything syncs up right away to the device, Leviosa phone device. And then there's just some, you know, frequently asked questions and stuff like that, just general maintenance that Zhao goes over. So everything is covered in detail here. And again, he teaches this with the red thread so that you can really see what's going on. I have a list of notes as well, and I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Does it come with a matching case? My phone case is bright blue. So good question about the case, and I'm going to turn this off so that we can bring you back up here. I have this in my notes that, so the extra phone cases are easy. It's easy to find similar cases. So it does not include a matching case, because the case is actually specially designed so that it helps to hide the IT. So I don't even know if this is like a real phone case. I think this is something that they had custom designed to look like. But there are things you can buy that are very similar looking for your phones. So he gives you the kind of like details on how to find that very, very easily. So there is not a matching case with it. That is a good question. I know that's been a very popular question about this for sure. Let's see. Okay, I want to go through my questions here. I had all the notes here. Let's see. Okay, so also to get inside of it, to do the rethread and everything, the screen pops off very, very easily. Okay, it's not something that's going to take you much effort to get into, but it is secure. I wanted to say that. Every part that is included on the inside is modular, meaning that nothing is like welded or soldered to, not welded, soldered to the device, Meaning if you need to replace the battery, which is very easy to get a replacement, or any of the other components, they just pop out individually. So you don't have to worry about that. Very easy to get things in and out, which I think is important to note. Also, he does recommend, though, if you are not going to use this for a little while, disconnect the battery. Just that way it's not something that will affect the battery life, because it's meant to last a really long time. But you want to make sure that. Also, another really cool thing about this is that the Apple part here, the logo, is actually a very cool, it's designed in a way to where when you push that spot, you're getting access to the IT. So this area is actually making it to where you don't have to worry about the IT being exposed and getting damaged. You literally just kind of push down in this area and you're now able to access the IT. So it's protected until you need it, which is pretty rad, actually. Very good idea. So that's, it's also very quiet. They do say if it's like in a very, very quiet room where there might be crickets, you can hear everything. Talking over it during the moments when things happen, good way to cover it. But if you're in an ambient environment, there's just people around, there's background music, there's whatever, not going to hear a thing. But if you're doing this in a super, super quiet spot, maybe just talk over it during those moments, and that'll cover what little bit of noise there may be. Okay. Again, the switches happen with or without the jacket. The web-based app, control all the delays and all the stuff. Also, the glass replacements, as a regular phone, we get scratches or whatever. There are replacements available for the glass, which has been custom made for this. So wanted to mention that as well. So that is important. And I think those are all of my notes that I had. Let's see. Thank you, Mike Miller, for the 500 stars, by the way. I just saw that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What thread does it come with? I'm guessing Kevlar. Yeah, it is something stronger than your typical IT. I believe this is like the same stuff that John Miranda releases with his Gravity reel. Same thing, it came with the Leviosa deck. So it's a stronger thread, but I don't think it's quite as thick as a Kevlar. But I could be wrong because it's like a proprietary thing that Jow's created. But it is better than just standard invisible thread, the IT stuff you're used to. So good question. And if you do want to exchange out the IT, though, you could use whatever kind of IT you want. You would just, of course, have to redo the spools that are there. So there we go. The case is generic enough that because it's black, it wouldn't have to be an exact match. That's true, too. Very, very true. Let's see. Tarvark says, I love that Jow separates each individual part of the tutorial into individual videos, so I don't have to slog through an hour plus of other stuff to find the specific thing I need to do. Yeah, I mean, it is, as you saw, broken up into sections, which is very convenient for sure. I really don't think there's a need to let a spectator examine your phone, but the switch out is a nice added extra. Yeah, I mean, because for me, I do stuff with my phone too, so maybe during another routine, I'm just using it. At one point, I just get the other one into play, and it can be in play until I want to perform the effect, which is cool. The other really nice thing about the Leviosa phone is that once it does this, after a few moments, it shuts off by itself. So it's saving the battery life there too. You don't have to worry about, oh crap, did I forget to turn it off? Once it comes back up to your hand, it cycles through the end of the thing that's going on, it will turn itself off so that then you don't have to worry about that. And then you just push a button and you go right back into it whenever the heck you want. So that is something that is very important to note too. So there you go. Those are most of the details. I try to keep reviews short and sweet. This one I know is brand new. It was just released about a week ago. And so I wanted to get as many details in there as I could. And again, if you are interested not only in picking one up, you might not pick one up tonight, but maybe sometime soon. We do also offer Afterpay and ShopPay, so you can break up the payments. You pay the first payment today, and then it ships, and you just make the other payments along the way after that. But tonight, we're also offering it as a giveaway. So again, if you want to have a chance to win a Leviosa phone, you can enter our raffles. Raffle tickets, you can enter that for as little as $5. Of course, the more entries you get, the more chances you have to win. I'm going to grab that link and put it in here one more time. Also, you can donate the stars on Facebook and raffle the super chats over on YouTube. If we do not hit our goal tonight, we will still do a giveaway, so your money that you're donating to will not go for naught. But if we do not hit that threshold, then we will have to give away something else. So wanted to throw that in there. Okay, so that is the Leviosa phone in a nutshell. And it does pay to watch live. So if you're watching this review later, you should have come on. You could have won a free, not a free, but $5 maybe, Leviosa phone. Pretty cool stuff. All righty. So let me go ahead now and look at my other notes here. There's a lot of great people here last week. And one of our friends is actually still around here in Vegas. So I don't know if he's on here watching at the moment. But Daniel Ricks, there he is. Daniel Ricks, he came in for Magic Live along with Frankie Valle. Scott R. Smith was here. Joe Berman, I got a chance to hang out with Joe for a little bit. Eric Elmore over there. See Eric. There's Daniel Ricks. He's hanging out right now. He's here in Vegas. He stuck around an extra week to vacation and kind of enjoy himself. Also got a chance to see Michael Dawkin, which was fun. Also saw our friend V. Mike Hankins was around. Who else am I missing here? There's so many people that are always part of these things. But those are the main people that I got to see, I think. I said Daniel Ricks, Frankie, Ryan Daniels. So Ryan Daniels as well. That was really cool. So last week, as I mentioned, was Magic Live. And so I wanted to bring you, if you didn't get to come to the convention, I wanted to bring you to some of the things that happened that were pretty awesome. Pretty damn awesome. The first thing here is this. One of the surprises was Chip Romero is the biggest collector of Doug Henning memorabilia and his illusions. And it was the surprise of the convention really was that Chip Romero set up a display, a walkthrough exhibit of Doug Henning's stuff. It's not his whole collection, but it's a big chunk of it. This was very cool to see. Like, you had the little kind of placards with details on what you were looking at. These are also original costumes worn by, of course, Doug. This is not worn by Doug. This is from one of his assistants. But these are the original costumes worn during some of the shows, whether on TV or live. This is one of the shadow boxes. And they also had the TVs playing the illusions, some of the footage going on. So this was a nice part. I'm a big fan of shadow boxes. That was cool. Over here, you also had more costumes and some of the original posters. And looks like the Sands of Egypt over there had that, the original bowls that he used. One of the trunks that he used for one of his TV specials was there. It was also cool that Chip had some of these really cool posters to show some of the iconic stuff from Doug Henning. And yes, Ken Dum also says that Doug's sister was there and spoke too. Yeah, Doug Henning's sister was also present, which is a really nice thing to see, that some of his family is out, speaking about Doug. More costumes. There's again the one of the sub trunks, for the classic Metamorphosis. There's Doug, another costume next to him there. This was really one of the really cool highlights of seeing this was this cutout that Chip made of Doug standing in the exact spot that this illusion was done with the original, the sawing in half, which was really nice to see there. We had one of the old zigzags, OGs. And I actually asked Chip, were any of these illusions refurbished? Because some of these are actually in really, really good condition. And he said, no, absolutely not. Chip does not take his Doug Henning stuff lightly at all. So he wants to keep it all the way that it was. More costumes from Doug Henning, more displays, more illusions, more stuff here. And then we also have more costumes, and again, the video playing of some of the other stuff going on there. And this was a cool one. This was from the book, a 3D book kind of thing that starts flat, open it up, show the different pages, and then you close it and someone appears from inside the pages. And the other cool thing about Chip, and I'm sorry this is kind of like flip-flopped, is that he doesn't just collect like the illusions and the costumes. He also collects like personal items from Doug Henning. We're talking about like personal photos from his collection. His notes, he had this Rolodex of notes Doug had of like stuff from his shows and from his things that he practiced and worked on. All sorts of notebooks and stuff that Doug kept. And that's Chip, the one that's not wearing the hat. That's actually Phil Ackerley, who I'm sharing these photos from. But Chip takes a lot of pride in keeping the legacy and the history alive of Doug Henning. And you know me, I'm a big fan of keeping that alive for Magic in general, because we have so much history and stuff behind it. So wanted to bring you along to see some of this if you could not make it. And this is also one of the costumes you see over there on the other side. that Chip said Doug hated wearing that costume because it was heavy. It was just a heavy costume, but it sure did look good, right? So very cool to see this, the disembodied. And funny story about this one too, the head that you're seeing there was created many years ago. So of course it wasn't done with the same materials that we have now that are a little bit more forgiving on the elements. So Chip drove 26 hours. They had trucks full of all this stuff. He's from Louisiana. And Chip told me that in the seat next to him when he was driving, he had Doug's head in a box, a white box, because if he put it in the back of the truck with all the other stuff, it could have actually been, some of the stuff could have melted, it could have disfigured the head, and he really, really, really wants to keep it in like pristine condition. So he literally, while he's driving the truck coming to Vegas, he's got Doug's head in a box next to him. And this is the illusion that obviously was performed with Doug on television. So it's one of my favorite illusions there. So that's pretty cool. Again, look how the quality of the illusion on the other side looks untouched. And a lot of the classic costumes again. You can see a close-up look here of all that stuff. So I believe that's his sister there, if I'm not mistaken. So there we go. A look at the magical world of Doug Henning. And again, this was something that Chip Romero did for the attendees of Magic Live this year. So there we go. Doug Henning, if you're not familiar, if you're one of the younger guys, definitely look him up on YouTube. He really paved the way for a lot of magic on television here in the States, and also the way that illusions were performed. David Copperfield had a lot of inspiration from Doug Henning, and for good reason. This is a little video, kind of like a real-time look around the room that we can see here. You can kind of see the scope of this, of just how much detail that he put, not just on bringing the stuff, but the displays. Actually, another funny story Chip shared with me is that the mannequins that they found, you can't really find a lot of male mannequins to fit the size of some of these costumes. They literally had to cut off the breasts on the mannequins, and I think some of the butts too, to fit some of these costumes, because Doug was a smaller guy. So Chip literally cut off the breasts from the women's mannequins to put the costumes in, which is funny. So they have a whole pile of that. But this is a really, and it's just, it was lit beautifully, themed beautifully, and it reminded me a lot of, you know, how David Copperfield does his museum, where it's like the attention is on this to really keep those things alive. So wanted to share that with you there. So Doug Henning, a true legend. And there's another look at the disembodied, and another look around the room there. Great to see the legacy continuing to be alive for this man, the legend, Mr. Doug Henning. So I want to bring you guys into the world of that. And sorry, this is playing here. And also, one of the more popular things at Magic Live, I was going to share that a little bit later, is this. I was also going to bring you this, my friends. This is the dealer room from Magic Live. I wasn't able to go live this year, but you will now get a look at the dealer room from Magic Live. I don't know how many of the dealers are featured here, but the really cool thing is Mike Michaels brings a lot of illusions and really sets up his stuff to look like a really fun exhibit, not just a tricks, but also some of his bigger illusions. But look around the room, you can see the old guys over at Penguin over there. I can see them. Cobra Magic, great stuff from Cobra Magic. Got Magic World over there. And this is next to Blackpool. I believe this is the biggest dealer room here in the States. Got Tannins. They always have a really nice big display. You might see some familiar faces. I just saw Daniel Garcia. There's David Blaine over there. It's like a who's who, you know, around here. Let's see who else we got here. I think I see Crazy Sam over there. I think I saw him. Let's see, we got Astor over here, Magical Arts. So Academy of Magical Arts, that of course would be Magic Castle. They had a display there. Jonathan Levitt was there and his stand. There was Thoughtcast Magic. Losander had a table. Paul Richards, Mark Mason. Mark Mason had a stand as well. Mark is one of the best demo guys ever. Just cool to see him. And the guy, I forget the name of the company, they have the levitation. The guy that's the levitation, the table, he was actually demoing that live. Michael Chatelain was there demoing some of his new stuff. Pretty cool to see Michael Chatelain. I got people selling backdrops as well. You know, a lot of people need backdrops for their shows, so that was there. I think I saw our pal Steve Timken. Lumen was there. Audience Wonderland, our buddy Mark Schaefer was there. Henry Harrius was there. Got to see Henry, spend some time with him, which was fun. That was cool. Tom Urasitis looking like he's there. Mary Yedid was there. Our friend Lupe Nielsen, she was there, of course, for Nielsen Magic. And selling some of the posters and some of those vanishing bottles that they're known for, which is really cool. Jao Miranda, just talking about Jao Miranda. He was there, of course, demoing the brand new Leviosa phone and other things. Potter and Potter, they always bring some really nice stuff, books and posters and some older objects there. Conjuring Lab was there. Lots of high-tech stuff going on. So anyway, that was your kind of like walkthrough look, a quick look at the dealer room there at Magic Live. So I wanted to bring you guys a little piece of Magic Live. And of course, the bigger things that go on are, you know, hanging out with people downstairs in the evenings. A lot of people enjoy that stuff. But also another thing I wanted to bring you before we end this segment, because I wanted to bring you as much as I could, was the Gala show. They have multiple shows and events going on during the convention. They call some of them experiences. This is the cast from the Gala show, the closing Gala show. I got to tell you, friends, this was something very unexpected for me. I have been a big fan of James Demare for many, many years, and I remember seeing him do some of his stuff on television. And from what I understand, he retired his full Dove act many years ago. He opened the evening Gala show doing his act. It was unbelievable. The guy has not missed a beat. So that was cool. And I also got to sit in on the rehearsals for this stuff. Didn't get to see them run through the tricks, but it was fun to see how they all went through and set up their stuff. This was Lesson, goodness, what was the name? Lesson Dazzle. They were actually really funny. They did a nice variety. They closed the show. They did a bunch of different things. So yeah, he's got a really fun character with a very surprising metamorphosis that I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it was a very surprising ending to that. Dana Daniels always brings the house down. It was great to see Dana Daniels. He did a really nice, he did two really nice pieces. That was fun. This was not from the Gala show. I believe this is Mind to Mind. This was a look at the close-up experience that R. Paul Wilson directed. That's Jared Koff on the other side playing the guitar as people came in, and I think he did some of that during the show. So that featured people like Tobias Dostal, Jared Kopp. Goodness, I'm going to forget the rest of the people that were in the show. If you were there, let me know. Don't remember. Tom Stone. And I don't remember who the guy in the middle is. I didn't go to the show, so I do not remember the name of the guy that was it. I'm not sure who that is. And yes, I want to give a shout out to Nick Lang. Nick Lang's design at the convention I heard was incredible. Nick did an amazing job, not just with the design, but he was really helping Stan a lot this year run the actual convention, and he did a really, really good job of that. Benjamin Barnes, thank you very much, Ken Dum. Like I said, I didn't get to go to the show. I didn't recognize Benjamin there, so Benjamin Barnes, thank you. So Benjamin Barnes also in the show. There were performances and other events from Danny Cole, which was cool. My buddy David from France, he's the guy that went viral a few years ago doing juggling the Rubik's Cubes while solving them. He was there. There's a good look at him. That's him you're talking about. Yep, right there. David is amazing. Other acts here, Mind to Mind again. And the evening gala show was hosted by Lucy Darling. Chef's Kiss. She is great at what she does. Great to see her. And she performed a few pieces as well, along with some different costumes along the way, more Lesson Dazzle. They were a classic act, but really had the audience in the palm of their hand. They were great. This guy did his infamous airplane act, the paper airplane act that he also did on Full List, and I believe this is a FISM act. It was freaking awesome, and I don't remember his name either. I believe he's a Russian magician. Great act, and if you haven't seen it, check it out on the YouTubes. Great act. And Solange Cardinale, she was one of the runner-ups last year on America's Got Talent. I think she came in third or fourth place. She was also part of the evening gala show. It was nice to finally meet her as well. Last year, I was really trying to help, get the word out to vote for her. She was the last magician on AGT last year, but nice to finally meet her as well. And she did a great job with her act. A lot of high energy and a lot of skill going on there. And speaking of skill, back to James Demare, who was just a class act. Nick DeFont also did some performing as well. Colin Cloud was also performing. Trig Watson did some stuff as part of this experimental show that they tried this year, the whole AI thing. But anyway, back to where we started. And this was the cast for the evening gala show. So that is a little look there at Magic Live. And while they don't give out the information each year on who's performing and lecturing, you can be damn sure that it is top tier stuff each and every year. So do yourself a favor and get there next year. All right, so there we go. Because we did not have a winner on our first spin tonight, let's go ahead and do another one of our spins. If you are just getting here, and I know my buddy Mike Miller was looking for a win tonight, let me know. I'm going to add Mike Miller real quick. Ron Connor as well. I see another Ron Jackson. Ron Action Jackson. I want to also get him on the wheel. Let me see here. Who else am I missing? I'm going through some of the comments here. Orlando. I haven't gotten Orlando on there yet. Let me get Orlando Rodriguez on the wheel tonight. Rodriguez. Here we go. Orlando. Give me a shout if you're here. Let me know, friends, like Aaron Harp just did. Yeah, give me a shout out there. Also, while I'm doing that, if you haven't yet, be sure to drop us a like on tonight's show. While I am doing this, as you know, I do my best to keep up. Just so many names out there. So thanks for your patience while I do my best to do that.
Thank you for holding. Someone will be right with you.
Brian Cornwall, I also need to get you added on over here. So thank you for being here, Brian. I got you, Lawrence Mondani, Sid Beckman. Got you added up over there. Good luck for a win tonight. Ron Jackson, I got you. Jordan Bird. How we doing, Jordan? The Birdman. You are on the wheel. James Schoonover. What's up, James? Let me get you added up over here. All right. There we go. And I think that is about it. Real Radicals, I got you covered. All right. So I think we are ready to rock and roll. Let me shuffle this up again. And thank you, Larry. Thank you, sir. Let's go. Good luck, friends, for a Taco Tuesday on a Wednesday. Just having some fun tonight, kicking back, giving you some updates and some more magic tricks coming up soon. Let's go. And it is Ryan Schaefer. Congratulations going out to Ryan. He is technically now our first winner of the night. So Ryan, drop us an email, info@allthingsmagic.com, and we'll get you hooked up with a free magic download. Our team will pick out something good for you, and we will take care of that. But you do need to reach out to us in order to get that. And as a reminder, all prizes are valid for 1 week. So technically now you have until next Wednesday, but try not to let it go too long, okay? And we'll get you hooked up. So anyway, congratulations again.
Winner, chicken dinner.
To Ryan Schaefer. Don't worry, friends, if you're not a winner this time, we'll have more giveaways coming up along with our giveaways for our supporters as well. Coming up shortly, I do have a lot of those coming in because tonight's big giveaway, if you would like to enter, we are giving away a $250 Leviosa phone. Again, I wanted to do this because I know not everyone has the cash to buy one thing for $250. And as a reminder, if you've already bought it from us and you are a winner tonight, you've already entered our raffles, you will win $300 worth of magic for your entry if it lands on your name. So even if you've already got this, you are still in the running for more magic, okay? So I wanted to throw that your way. So don't miss out. I'll drop in the link in the chat once more for those raffle tickets for your Leviosa phone, okay? So there we go. All righty, cool. So I have more magic stuff to show you tonight, and also want to give a shout out to one of our All Things Magic friends who I also got to see briefly at Magic Live. Last week, Matt Franco and his team were celebrating 10 years. 10 years. You know, in Vegas, that is hard to do just 10 months. So going 10 years, over at the Link Hotel and Casino. Freaking awesome. So Matt took his team out for a nice dinner. I believe they went to Ruth's Chris. Hooked them up with some goodies. And just great to see a good guy doing good things and having longevity in a very tough town. You know, this is a difficult place to make it, but to have longevity says a lot about Matt and the team that he's got surrounding him. So that's a look at them having their dinner. I think that's Matt's brother that was just sitting down there. And there they are again celebrating. So that's amazing. 10 years to Matt, Franco, and team. That is nothing to shake a stick at. That's awesome. So I wanted to give him a shout out over there too. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yep, as Miss Jamie says, as Little A says, he's a good human. I would definitely agree with that. Absolutely. All right. I've done a lot of talking up to this point, and I think I'm going to take a little break so that I can also figure out who all is entering tonight's big giveaway. I know there's a lot more interest tonight because we're giving away a Leviosa. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into our throwback this week. And our throwback is someone that also really helped kickstart Magic on television here in the States, the one and only Mark Wilson. And of course, his book, the Mark Wilson book on Magic is also very popular even today. And I don't think I've ever featured him. And so tonight, we are going to remember Mark Wilson. And also, I think I have some food coming my way. This is sounding good right now. So kick back and enjoy one of the OGs, one of the guys that really paved the way for a lot of people, especially when it came to Magic on TV, the original Mark Wilson.
And now, a mystery with a large sheet of glass. Here it is. A single sheet of glass. Solid, but don't take my word for it. Someone from the audience. Gentlemen we've selected, please come up. Step in my office. How do you do? What's your name?
Tim.
Tim. Okay, Tim. Just check this out for me, would you? See that it looks like it's solid? Okay? All right? No, but don't go away because we want to check the other side. This may be the trick side over here, you see? Good. Okay? All right? Good. Wait right there. We'll get back to you in a minute. Okay? Thanks. Good. Now we're going to place a target on each side of the glass. One here. And one here. And now the very best part of this particular mystery, the lovely Nani Darnell. Okay. Now Nani will recline on this side of the glass, on this table. On the other side of the glass, there's another table. Remember, the glass is in the middle. And now watch closely because you'll see it. But you won't believe it. 1, 2, 3, go. Right through the glass. Check it out. Yeah. Now, want you to check this because there's a big hole here. It's not much of a trick. How's it look? Okay? Good. Thank you very much for that. A hand for Tim. You should know about these. This is a leather strap designed to go around Wendy's neck, and those go around her ankles. This is a link on the back of the strap. And here is a chain that connects to the link. Here's how all this works. Robert's putting the strap around her neck. Tony, the strap around her ankles. Now, she reclines on the table, and the chains are locked to the straps. Then, the ends of the chains are locked to the table. Also, Wendy's hands go through 2 holes in the top of the box and are locked in place with this sturdy wooden stock. And now, here comes the magic. Ho!
All right. Little Mark Wilson. And a little famous Jamie's Enchiladas. I am enjoying the heck out of myself, stuffing my stomach with some goodness for sure. All righty. So, we were talking about Doug Henning earlier. We were also now talking about Mark Wilson. And in general, I was talking about this, I think, last night, about how, honestly, with the way that magic is now, people more and more are just learning it to just do it quickly online or whatever. It's kind of up to us to keep that legacy alive and remember all the stuff that came before us, because magic wouldn't be where it is without any of those people. So I take pride, I know a lot of you do too, in remembering those greats and keeping their memories alive. So, all right. We had a lot of people donating so far. I want to say thank you to everyone that has done that, whether it's raffle tickets, those stars on Facebook, or a couple YouTube super chats, I believe. Again, the super chats on YouTube do need to be a $5 minimum to count towards our giveaways that we are looking to do tonight. And speaking of those giveaways, I think it's time. Congrats, predicting the future for one of you. coming right now. We're going to do a giveaway for one of our supporters. Let's do it. All right. So let me go ahead and drop in a little bit of kava. Big old thank you to all of our friends on here. If you see multiple names multiple times, it's because they picked up multiple entries. And we are now going to see who that winner will be. This is not the big giveaway yet. We're not there just yet. So let's see. I do want to say we are a little bit away from doing the big giveaway for Leviosa, the phone. There will still be a big giveaway, but this is retails for $250. So we do need more of those donos in order to give away something so big. You know what I mean? That we can't just do that and take a loss on that. So I just want to say that we're not quite there yet to do that as a big giveaway. Okay? So here we go. And yes, some of those stage illusions are insanely filling. Yeah, even the old stuff, right? It's still filling for sure. Yes, you are on the wheel. We got your entries from a couple weeks ago, Brian. Orlando, you should also be on there. See your name right above my head right there. So here we go. Let's do it. Good luck, friends. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Let's see. And our supporter picking up a win so far is Gary Edwards. Let me drop in a congrats. Congratulations. Congratulations going out to Gary. Everyone in the chat, let's give some love out there to Gary. Not only is he a supporter, he is also a winner at the moment because now Gary has a decision to make. He can keep the prize that he already won, you know, valued around 15, 20 bucks, or he can go for prizes worth hundreds of dollars on our bonus wheel. Of course, it is up to Gary on what he would like to do. And we like to typically give people about 30 seconds or so to make up their mind. And of course, not everyone can stick around the whole show. So we're going to go ahead and run the timer here and see what Gary wants to do. Give Gary a few moments here. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but Gary can keep his prize or press his luck. If he wants to press his luck, we will do that. If not, he will keep the prize that he's already won from us. Okay? So let's see what Gary has to say, if anything, because he might not be here right now. And we are down to the triple O's. We are down to the O's. So I think we may just keep moving and grooving on the show tonight. Let's see here. Going, and gone. He is gone. So Gary, drop us an email if you're seeing this later, or someone maybe tag him to email. Oh, there he is. Yes. So Gary, do you want to press your luck? That's a yes. I'm not going to say that's a yes to pressing your luck. But Gary, do you want us to press your luck? Do you want to go for bigger prizes? Give us the confirmation, and that is exactly what I will do for you. So it's nice to see that he is still here. Now it's up to him to decide what he wants to do. Let me get the wheels ready here on the back end. Gary, what do you want to do, my friend? You want to keep it or you want to press it? Give him a few more seconds here. And again, if you haven't yet, please drop us a like on tonight's show. And friends, if you're watching over on YouTube, drop us a sub. And if you're watching over on Facebook, drop us a follow there too. Help us help you by showing you more magic each week. And Gary has spoken. He says, I want to press it. So that's what we'll do. All right, here we go. All right, Gary, this is for you. We've got a jam-packed wheel of stuff. Of course, we have the same number of prizes as the same number of whammies. If it lands on a whammy, the prizes are gone. But there is a nice little bonus thing in here that we like to add in. It is the Big Spin bonus coming around right here. The Big Spin bonus is the ultimate thing for Gary, because if it hits that, he keeps his prize he already won. And we have another wheel without the whammies, just prizes. So let's see if we can do something good for Gary. The time is now. Here we go. Good luck. I'll enjoy some enchiladas while the wheel is going around and around and around. FJ's enchiladas. Speedloader wallet. Is it? Ooh, you were hanging on by a thread. An invisible thread. Mr. Gary picking up a Speedloader wallet. Those things are freaking nice.
Congratulations!
Hell yeah, man. Let me actually check the retail price. I think it's like $60 on those. Let me take a quick peek here. So we all know how much that prize. Speedloader wallet. Let's see. I can't spell worth of crap. Speedloader wallet. $60. I was right. $60 on the head. Going your way, Mr. Gary.
Congratulations!
And that is coming in there for you. The email address, Gary, to claim that Speedloader wallet. info@allthingsmagic.com. This is one of the quickest card to wallets on the market. A signed card to wallet. A really nice wallet that I know that you will have fun with and blow some minds, Mr. Gary. So again, congratulations to you. Just do not let that week period of time go by before you claim your prize. And as our pal, Mr. James says, man, Speedloader wallet, I love mine. So now you got something to love as well, Mr. Gary Edwards. So there we go. All right.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right, friends. We will reboot this wheel, get it ready for the next spin. And speaking of wheels, if you would like to join the prize wheel that we got going on over here, this is free to all of you. I don't think I have Tim Miller on there. Tim, I got you added over there. Yes, Ron, we did get your lotto ticket. Thank you for your entry very much. Appreciate your support, but we do have you over there, so thank you very much for that. All righty. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Love to see the congrats coming on in for our friends out there. Woohoo! I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Good. It's definitely a good win. It's definitely a good one. How are we looking for the phone wheel? I don't know just yet exactly how much, but we are missing a little bit for the donos, friends. So just again, a heads up. The Leviosa phone, we did a mini review earlier. If you just got here, that'll go up on our YouTube channel later this week. This is up for grabs tonight, our big giveaway. You can win one for as little as $5, but we do need to get a few more donations in order for us to do that giveaway, or else we'll be losing money. So we can't do that. So that is up for grabs. If not, there's still a big giveaway. It just won't be for the Leviosa phone. But we are doing our best to hook someone out there up with a $250 Leviosa phone. All right. So there we go. Let's see here. I got some other stuff to tell you about. Of course, one of the things we always bring you around here is the news. And thank you, Mark Chessman, for the follow. Thank you very much for that. Here around All Things Magic, we do our best to bring you all things magic tricks and news and conventions. We were just talking about Magic Live. And thank you, Franklin Monk, for the 700 stars. Man, you are too kind, especially with the kind of day and probably the week now you're having. So thank you, Franklin.
Well, thank you very much.
So, of course, friends, we like to bring you stuff around conventions. And this is one. They're probably sound like a broken record now, but I love to tell you about the good stuff. Not just the good magic tricks, but good magic conventions. We are talking about the Gateway Close-Up Convention happening in 2026. And there is the lineup, including myself. It's going to be a great convention. One of those smaller ones to really hang out, get to know people a little bit better, and proud to be part of that. As a reminder, now that we're in August, starting September 1st, the registration does go up to $250. Right now, it is $200. So this is happening right outside of St. Louis. This is in Collinsville, Illinois. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. Gateway Close-Up Convention. Not only are these the people that are performing and lecturing, they're also having a Marlowe 40 Years Later talk, almost like a lecture from Kevin Kelly and Randy Wakeman. It's a tribute to Ed Marlowe. And so that is also part of the event. So that is coming up in 2026. And before the end of this year, I will also be at Tricks Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you, Tim Miller, for the 530 stars. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And this has the Boris Wilde, the man himself, as the guest of honor, along with some other great folks on this lineup. Again, there is the guest of honor, Mr. Boris Wilde. We also have Danny D. Ortiz. Man, I made sure Scott didn't have me follow him. I don't want to do that. Javi Benitez, another guy making the rounds. Great stuff. Rachel Wax, she's been very busy and very popular lately. Shimpe, going to be bringing the good stuff. Along with Chad Long, not only is he funny, he is talented as hell. This is Robin DeVille. He will also be there. There's myself. I'll be doing a lecture. I'm actually the very first lecturer of the convention. Gabriel Gascon and Joseph Daniels as well. He's a Charlotte guy and known him for quite a long time. So that's going on November 20th through the 23rd in Charlotte. That's the website there to register, tricksconvention.com. Hope to see some of you there for that one. For the Gateway Close-Up Convention, I believe the closest airport is St. Louis, and the one for Tricks is Charlotte, the Charlotte airport. So those are the two closest airports, I believe, for those. So we're always doing our best to keep you plugged in on what's going on out there with that kind of stuff too. All righty. I also have something else I want to bring you, which will also give me a little more time to continue to do what I need to do behind the scenes. There is a brand new thing that just got released that I wanted to share with you. This is Three Gods Assembly by Daxian the Illusionist. You might remember him from Fullis, Penn and Teller Fullis, where he did an amazing routine. Penn Jillette says, the greatest cups and balls we've ever seen. So this is, what I'm going to show you now is a full uncut performance of him performing this. And you can see just how amazing it is and just how much bang he gets for these props. He gets so much, the performance he gets so much out of using just these very simple props is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to show you a full uncut performance now. We'll come back on the other side. I have another awesome trick to tell you about as well. Of course, some other giveaways on the other side of this too, and a little bit more magic news. So let's have a full uncut look at the Three Gods Assembly from Daxian the Illusionist. Here you go.
Hello， 各位现场的朋友们，大家晚安，大家好。我叫幻术大仙，我已经接触魔术大概15年了，这15年不断的修炼，其中有一个中华古典戏法，花我最多时间，放我最多精气神，也就是接下来要跟大家分享的三仙归洞。来喽！三仙归洞用到的东西很简单，就是3个球、2个碗、1根树枝，还有一个对生命充满热情的男人或女人。不，我不是这个意思啊，我是说我啦。好，来了，动作很快，就看看古人是如何被骗得倾家荡产的。3个在这，你们准备好了吗？就只有前面而已。OK， 我相信。镜头看得到对不对？来咯，三仙归洞哦。碗盖上拿球放这里，这个盖上，这个抓在手上。请问这几个？2个。不是看我的影片看太多了吧？要喊进去才变2个，还没变啊！又还没进去2个什么？铁粉，各位，这样子盖，这样子拿，放起来，盖上，抓着之后，这边几个？谁还2个嘞？这里呢？各位朋友，你看进去，那才真的变2个啦。这里还1个嘛，盖上过去，没了。三仙归洞，掌声更大吧！很多观众都说大仙太快了，慢一点。你们要看慢动作吗？好。慢动作，这就够慢了。再慢 但是你们想要3个盖起来，过去先让它变2个，再抓着放着之后盖上，过去没了，3仙归洞就变3个。朋友们，这个魔术我自己在这边吆喝了半天，很辛苦的。我不是在 Q 掌声我是说你们都空出了周末的时间来到这里，我想开放1个名额，让你们也举太快了吧？嗨，我要选这位小姐，大家给她热烈的掌声鼓励！来，快点，掌声快来！请问怎么称呼？姓叶。叶小姐。好，叶小姐，你都有看过我玩3仙归洞吗？你知道，其实我让观众可以自己玩吗？对啊，接下来就是叶小姐的3仙归洞时间，请你盖。好，继续。有2个空啊。OK。吓我一跳，这个起手式也太厉害了。没有，叶小姐你盖。盖上去。你看，我选对观众了。一个。叶小姐，这样子啊，碗盖上，即便是你来盖，大家都有悬念了，都不知道这几个了。所以，来，我们要怎么样让你最亲身体验？你手可以借我吗？2个球。放在叶小姐手里面，抓紧哦，转过去哦，另外一只手也从下面捏紧，你有没有捏到球？有哦。第3个在这里，从这里就是这样进去。叶小姐，你有感觉吗？你没感觉啊？慢慢靠近桌子，慢慢打开看有几个。各位，你不要当主持人，你当观众就好了啦。给他们看。
All right. You can see like just the pure entertainment he gets from that. Again, you might recognize him from Foolus. Daxium was on there, did a great act. And we have these props. Everything that you saw him using here, I think minus the magic wand is included. So that is here, and it's quite a masterclass too on this type of plot. So we have these available for you here at All Things Magic. And don't forget, we do offer those Afterpay and Shop Pay features, especially for larger purchases like this. So there we go. It's always fun too to just see live performances of stuff. You know what I mean? That is cool. I also want to give a big shout out to Mike Hankins, who just dropped in another dono to help us get even closer to being able to give you guys a chance to win Leviosa phone, the brand new thing out there. So shouts to Mike Hankins for that. And speaking of Leviosa phone, I also forgot I had this clip of the one and only Jackie Yu performing a very cool version of this. And here you go.
This is crazy. Let me show you something cool. Here's my phone, and this is a paper with a light bulb. If I turn this over, something will happen. Watch my phone. See? It flips over. This time, I'm going to tear this half. Look. And if I put them together, see? The light turns on. That's crazy. Okay, this time, if I give it a shake like this, what is that? What is that? I have no idea how this is possible. Come on! This is...
Now, the other reason I really want to share this clip with you is because I see a lot of people doing this effect in the original Leviosa where their hand is just staying up the whole time. Using something else in your hand, as you notice, gets away from that weird, awkward look. So just one small change can make it look a lot more natural, because I think a lot of people just do it for what it is, and it looks kind of like what it is sometimes. But having other things in your hand and covering that dirty part, if you want to call it dirty, I think it's very smart and something to really appreciate. And that's coming here from someone like Jackie Yu. Now, I know this effect's not for everybody. I get it. But if you are looking for something very visual, especially for like promo reel or something like that, it's hard to beat. So that is there for you. I wanted to share that one with you too. Something else I wanted to share with you. I had this is something I wanted to bring up for you. I like to find visual moments that are great for like video, and this one really is good for video. I don't know if I would actually do this live for people, but if you're looking for a really fun visual moment, this one is really cool, and it's called Quarto. And basically, you would force the 4 of hearts first. So the 4 of hearts, someone picks a card, and then maybe from your wallet or from your pocket, you would bring out the Queen of Hearts, because queens have that women's intuition. And if you watch closely, you can actually see the queen can tell me what your card is, because you can get the hearts to actually travel across the card, and then you can get it to change into the 4 of hearts right there. So that is what Quarto looks like. I'm going to be using this one for some of my own video stuff. Very nice handmade gimmick. Does all the work for you. You just have to force the card, and then the magic stuff happens after that. So that'll be fun, just to give you a quick little demo of what this looks like in action. So that is Quarto from Musa Magic. Musa Magic. So if you like that kind of stuff, I really like this. So there you go. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to pick one up. I think these are sold out everywhere else, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So Quarto, there's the link in the chat for you. Only $30. And again, it's a already made thing, no do-it-yourself, stuff like that. And at the end of the change as well, you can show the back of the card, and you can do all that. You can do all that stuff. So there you go. That is called Quarto. So I like it. I like good visual moments. You know what I mean? And it's nice to see it not just being used for just one thing, but I like that you get the first, because sometimes it's just a change, but I like that you get the nice visual moment of the hearts, and then that surprise change at the end. So there you go. Really, really like that one a lot. So that's called Quarto. And then there was one other trick I want to tell you about. And I know we had some other donos coming in, so I feel like we're going to be doing the Leviosa phone giveaway. And it's a reminder, if you are one of our donators tonight, you're kind enough to do that, and you've already purchased Leviosa phone from us, that retails for $250. We're going to give you $300 worth of magic as a mystery bag of stuff. One prize valued at $100 by itself. So if you already own it, we'll be able to see in the system, and we could just trade it out, the $250 prize, for a $300 bundle. So there you go. And the last thing I wanted to show you tonight is something that, honestly, you know, we always do like visual kind of like double take moments for people. And in a walk around situation, I'm a big fan of that. I've been doing a lot more strolling magic events here in Vegas, and it's always great to have that, or even as a quick opener. And this one is perfect for both. I'm really looking forward to doing this, because if you're doing walk around the different groups and they see you do something like this, they already know this guy or this gal is a magician. So check it out. This is Henry Evans, the creator, doing this. And there's some really cool details about this that I want you to know about. So basically, you would have a deck of cards. You would only use about half the deck to do what I'm about to show you here. So you would start to spread out the cards, and then you get this very, very nice moment where the cards are spread, and then you just let go, and they stay suspended in midair. And then the cool part is you can trade hands. So then you can do that. And if you really want to get ballsy, you know, you really want to get a little gutsy there, you can take a glass, put it on top, and now you're just showing off. But great visual moment of magic. And here's the best part. At the end, you can turn the deck over, show there's nothing on the bottom of the deck. You can spread through the cards. You can shuffle up the deck, put everything back together. And now, if you want, you can have the deck examined. So that is what Frozen in Time is. It's a way to do a deck suspension, and it's a deck you can then use for other tricks. They do come in red or blue. We have the red and the blue listed there. But this is really cool. I was saying cards because Orlando said, can they check the cards? Yes, they can. Truth be told, the gimmick is built into something that looks like a joker. So after you do the levitation thing, you would spread the cards, and you would just go, okay, I guess we don't need, and you would have two jokers. You go, okay, I guess we don't need these. I'll just get rid of the jokers, and you just put the jokers away, and you have a completely ungimmicked deck. I really like that they did that with the gimmick, so it makes sense to get it out of play. So it looks just like a joker. And I'll actually play the ending. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but if you watch the ending, you will get a little flash of it right there. I'll even pause it for you right there. The joker is the gimmick. It's built into that. But it's very, very incognito. It hides in plain view. And I think that's the other reason I like it as the jokers, because you can immediately, once you do that and square up, you can show the deck, hands empty, there's nothing connected to you to make that happen. But you get this very, very nice, beautiful moment of the suspension, which again, if you're doing walk around and you're performing and you just let the cards go and you're just looking around and you're maybe like, you look at the next table and you just kind of wave, that's cool. And people know now that must be a magician. So there you go. And if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I think that one is the biggest one. Can the deck be examined? And yes, it can. This is not a traditional method of having like a reel or something underneath the deck. This is all self-contained, and it works very, very easy too. It's very easy to use it. And the angles are great, really. I mean, unless someone's underneath you, looking, it doesn't matter what angle is around you, it looks just as good no matter where people are standing. So there you go. That is called Frozen in Time by Henry Evans. I really, really like it. And it's a very robust and dependable gimmick as well. It's not fragile. It's not something you have to be worried about. It's made to work. It's made to be a worker. So there you go. It's Frozen. And I will drop the link in the chat for that as well. So Frozen in Time. Not to be confused with Masuda's Frozen in Time, which of course is the classic prediction effect with the picture of the stopwatch or the pocket watch. I always say stopwatch, pocket watch. So there we go. All right. And as Ken Dumb says, this is very true too. A great follow-up for magnetized cards. Yeah, that were really good. And, since we're talking about making things float and stuff, Leviosa. Now we can also make things freeze in time. So there we go. All righty. Okay. And I had that, and that. Okay. And I'm also going to bring you this real quick since we were just finishing up our little Leviosa talk. John Miranda posted this, and I wanted to kind of go over it real quick about some of the questions about this looking like a real phone when it's not. Basically letting people know that the glass that is on the screen is 0.2 millimeter thin. It's very thin and flexible, but it looks spot on. Also, the phone is made to be balanced, so it floats up steady. The little Apple thing I was telling you about before, where when you just press the Apple, this is what helps you get the IT into place. So it's all self-contained, which is really nice. So that was there. And there was a question as well about, this is the other reason I'm doing this. What's the exact model of the phone? The iPhone 15 Pro is what this was mimicked after. So there you go. Just wanted to get those out of the way. And the last bit of news I had for you is now AGT, America's Got Talent, is officially done with the audition rounds, which means now that they're going to start getting into the live rounds next week. And we need to obviously pull it together for the magicians on the show. So I wanted to bring up the acts that are the magicians. Very first one, Elaine Siminoff. He is known for his manipulation acts, card manipulation stuff. He is on the show, so let's keep an eye out for him. We've got Anna Santorina, who's actually more of like the dangerous act with the crossbow. But on the magic side, we also have a very interesting group of people. Mastermind is also on the show. Mastermind doing a lot of technology-based stuff. They're this AI type of character doing very cool stuff. So I'm excited to see what they are up to in the next round, along with Phobias, who are very much a themed act with these crazy clowns doing crazy magic stuff. Not your traditional stuff, but they made it through. So they are going through there. And then also the very last, it's funny, the first act and the last act, Zach Mears is the other magician that is on the show as well, doing more of like a variety act. So, stand up kind of stuff. But he's also very good as well. So we got four going through the live rounds. Zach Mears, Phobias, Mastermind, and we have Alon Siminoff. Unfortunately, Cyril did not make it through to the live round, so we will not be seeing more Cyril, who had a little bit of a rough start there with his audition round. So Cyril is not going through to the next round from the looks of it. And the show will be airing starting next week with the live rounds. So that is that. And also, the other reason I wanted to tell you about this is that you can also get tickets for the tapings that start next Monday. So they have like a waiting list, I think, for some of these. But some of these you can just submit and get like priority tickets and things like that. So these are the dates coming up for all of these. So starting next Monday, all the way up through the end of September. Is that September? Yeah, all the way up through the end of September. Probably the finale is on the 24th then. So you can get tickets, and I'll put the link in the chat if you are in the Hollywood area, because they film out in California. America's Got Talent tickets. So there you go. You can go be in the audience and you can watch the show. And it says that Def Leppard is going to kick off the live shows on the 18th. So if you do go on the 18th, you can actually hear Def Leppard playing as well. That's pretty cool. Wish them all luck. Magicians on that show spread our art to millions and will inspire the next wave of magicians. Very much the case. They are the ones that make magic cool and popular. People like Shin Lim have won it, Matt Franco and others. Definitely keep it being a very relevant and respectable art form. And also, we got to support. The voting happens now, so we got to start showing our votes for some of those magic acts coming up. So let's definitely keep them moving forward out there. We can all do that together as magicians. Alrighty, friends. I think I got through all the rest of my stuff. I'm just going to do one little peek here. Yes, yes, and yes. And yes, I got that. Let me just double check this. I did this, this, and this. Yes, I did. And let me do one quick little bit of recon on our raffle tickets. Want to make sure I'm not missing any, because I think we did hit the mark in order to hook you guys up with a copy of Leviosa Phone. Okay. So, yep. And thank you, Aaron Harp. I see you just snagged a few more raffle tickets. So let me just drop you in here. Alrighty. Here we go, Aaron. Drop you in here again. And you got 3 more entries right there. I'm also going to take one more quick peek at our Facebook page where we have our stars coming in. Mr. V picked up a few more stars over there. So thank you, Mr. V. All right, Mr. V, I got you covered there. Tim Miller, also thank you, Tim, for your support out there. Tim Miller. And Mr. Monk, I see you were very kind to us over there, Mr. Monk, so let me get you added on over here. Good luck to you on the big giveaway tonight. All right, Monk Man. And there you go, Monk Man. Okay. That and the super chat from Chad Davis. Unfortunately, there does need to be a minimum of $5. So if you want to donate it real quick, you're more than welcome to do that. Also, give our friends just a few more moments to do that with our raffle tickets. James Schoonover. Yes, James, I did get your raffle tickets. I believe you picked some of those up. Let me just double check that. Yes, James, I got you covered, buddy. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you. Got that. Ready. And I'm going to give you guys about another minute. If you want to get in, grab your raffle tickets now. Again, if you want to win a $250 prize, $5 is all it takes. Do not miss out on that. And Stephen Perry, my pal, who was kind enough to share not only a cigar with me at Magical Live, but he's also sharing another $50 of GAF decks to the winner as well. Mr. Perry, you are too kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much, my friend. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. And while I'm giving you guys just another moment before we announce the winner, this will not last very long. I want to say how much it meant to be surrounded by so many great friends at Magic Live. And to also just say, that a lot of us were wiped out after the convention, myself included. And the wifey wanted me to also bring up, because I'm not going to be doing a talk this week on like a topic, about how I did the ice water plunge on my face. A lot of us as magicians, as entertainers, we go through anxiety and stress. And honestly, for me as an introvert, being around big groups of people for extended amounts of time really takes its toll on me. And I crashed pretty hard after the convention, not because I was catching up on sleep. It was more catching up on recharging my batteries as a human being. And the ice plunge thing is you take a bowl, you fill it up with ice, and you dunk your face in the ice for about 10 seconds or so. Do it a couple times, and it just resets your nervous system. And I feel like as entertainers too, it doesn't hurt for us to do these different things to also keep us grounded and aware. So when we do go do performances, we're also able to be present and have our shit together. You know what I mean? So it was something I did for myself that I thought was very beneficial. And I'm always trying to share those little nuggets that I try to do with my friends here. So, see, I think I just saw a couple more entries popping in. I did. Mr. Berman looking for a win tonight. He grabbed some more entries. Thank you, Mr. Berman. All right, let me just do that real quick. Joe Berman. And at the end of the day, we're all human. Some of us can handle stuff more than others, but at the end of the day, we're all just trying to get through what we're trying to get through on our own. So, Bobby Oakley, I got you in there as well. Congrats on making it in there as our last entry, I believe. So there we go. All right, so let me just double check that one last time. Okie dokie. And I'll look at our stars. We are caught up there. Okay. And Chad Davis coming in with the super chat. Chad, thank you very much for that support. Wasn't trying to pick on you earlier. I'm just trying to keep it fair for everybody. So thanks for dropping in another super chat over there. Chad Davis, you are now officially entered for our giveaway. Okay. Eric Siebold says, they are awesome. The Gaff decks got them in last week. Couldn't believe you both got stuff out. Oh, over Magic Live. Yes. Glad to hear you're enjoying the prize. And yes, thank you to Stephen Perry for being so kind and generous with this stuff, but also doing that before Magic Live when it becomes a very busy time of year. Mike says he's also had that as a suggestion at the VA. Yeah, the whole water ice thing. Yeah. Have anxiety as well to look up the 4-7-8 breathing technique. It will help you. I'll definitely look at that. Thank you for the suggestion. George Spades in the house. What's up, buddy? We're about to wrap up tonight's show, but good to see you. Don Wand, it was good to see you as well, sir. Just wanted to tell you I have. Oh yes, damn, Dom, I forgot. So much shit going on. So Hungry and Hungover. I think a couple weeks ago you mentioned to Don Wand about doing an index with mini cards, the mini decks. As Don just reminded me, he created a mini card index, and he actually showed me some of. I didn't see the index, but he showed me some of his work with it. Actually getting a mini card into play from an index that he created. So he actually did that, Hungry and Hungover. Cold plunges and ice baths are very beneficial. Also do cold showers a couple times a week. It's so good for you. I stayed up way past my bedtime every night in Vegas. My wife wouldn't let me go back to the room. And it was good to see you, Eric. It was really good to see you. No problem. Well, hopefully it's not your last time, Chad. Hopefully it's not your last time. Normally we are live on Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern time, but this week I had another commitment to go to, and so we bumped it to today. All right, everybody. I think we're all caught up. Thank you for your patience. I wanted to make sure I was being fair to everybody. We are going to do the damn thing for a Leviosa phone.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
So this is very exciting because these retail again for $215. $250. And tonight it's going to one of you lucky people out there. I do my best to take care of you guys and hook you up with stuff that maybe you wouldn't normally be able to get your hands on. And tonight, hopefully that's the case. So hope you enjoy it. Let's see. what we are going to do tonight. We're going to hook someone up with Stephen Perry. Custom decks are the best. They are. And Stephen Perry is one of the best. He's the best of the best. So here we go, friends. Good luck to all of you, and thank you for your support very, very much. Okay. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. And it looks like the big winner tonight, taking home the Leviosa phone, is Kevin Long. Congratulations to Kevin Long.
Congratulations!
Kevin Long is picking that up, a $250 prize, heading on over to Mr. Eric, Kevin. I was still thinking about Eric Elmore. So I am literally, Kevin, going to place your phone back in the box. We are going to put it in the box. So this is the box that it comes in. This goes back in the box. This goes on top. This is the card, the instruction card on the back. And then this goes in the Leviosa phone box. Right about there. There we go. That is your prize, Kevin Long. All righty. There's the email address, info@allthingsmagic.com. And it would be cool for you to grab a photo or a video of you maybe holding up the box or using the trick, whatever you want. That is for Kevin. And yours says, amazing Kevin. He deserves it. Great guy. Well, you say he's a great guy. He must be a great guy, Mr. Workspace, because you know. All right. So there we go. Thank you, Eric, for the like on the show. All right. So there we are. All right. We'll do a quick little recap for everybody, and then we're going to start to wrap up the show. I know we went long tonight. It is also the night that we don't normally go live on, so it's nice to see some people out there. Haven't seen in a while, and some new faces as well. Let's go ahead and do the recaps. You know all the magic we talked about, at least all the good stuff. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
All right, everybody. Let's hook you up real quick with all the deets, all the tricks, all the stuff. At the beginning of the show, we did a live review of Leviosa phone. We also have them in stock and ready to ship to you. So if you did not win one tonight, don't worry about it. We still have them for you available and shipping today. So that is pick number one. The next thing I showed you and told you about tonight, really on the magic side, was the Three Gods Assembly. We watched the full uncut performance of that. As Penn Jillette says, the greatest cups and balls they've ever seen. So you're going to learn a whole lot about that and get some beautiful props with this right here. Then I gave you a quick little demo of Corto, a nice little visual animation of the Queen and the hearts, and then it changes. Beautiful stuff. Custom handmade gimmick. Really, really like that one a lot. And last but not least, I got to do that. And last but not least, Frozen in Time by Henry Evans. Does come in red or blue, where you're able to suspend the deck. You spread it, and you take your hand away, and the deck stays. You come back, you can even change hands, close up the deck. You can show it, you can shuffle it up, then you can even hand out the deck, and they can examine it at the end. Very clever gimmick. A great little opener or a great visual moment for people that want to do a double take of, wait, what did I just see? And this is what it looks like if you missed it. Real quick demo from Henry Evans himself at FISM. You take off about half the deck, and then you do it with the rest of the deck. If you haven't seen it, look at the beautiful suspension, the moment you get here of the cards staying there in midair. Such a great moment. Right there. Yes, love it. And you can switch hands. Boop, 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 boop. So anyway, there you go. That is Frozen in Time. And one other thing I wanted to mention to you real quick, since we're in the product section, and thank you, Mike, for the like. Mike for the like. This is officially back in stock. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, yeah!
Back in stock. This is Stolen. Stolen has been a very popular release. This is the ring flight with the safety pin, where you link their ring onto the safety pin, and then it vanishes, the safety pin included, and appears pinned onto your little wallet. Great thing. And in the video, I believe in the video, he's actually using this, which is also brand new for us. Wanted to let you know about these. We only have the red ones now. We sold out of the gray ones yesterday. The flash of fire that he uses here to make the ring and the pin vanish is called Ignite. You can use it together, or you can use Ignite on its own to make things vanish or change. And the one that we have currently in stock is the red one. These are Zippo lighters. We did have the gray one available, but yesterday those all sold out. The red ones are also sold out everywhere else. But if you're looking for something that is a little way to make something change or vanish in a flash of fire, this is meant for workers. A beautiful little gimmick. It works every time. And it is something that's set up to go for up to 50 performances in your pocket. So you can walk from group to group, and you can just do this over and over again. So there you go. And there's also some routines mentioned in there too. So this is great. I only have a couple of these in stock. And again, these are sold out everywhere else as well. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, grab yours while you can. Okay. So that is Ignite. So that is that. Okay. And don't forget, if you are new around here, we only sell magic tricks and accessories and things that we truly believe in and stand behind. So if you want to check out our website over allthingsmagic.com, you will find high quality magic products that are going to treat you right. And there's some other really great stuff that just came out. The Kid Canvas from Adrian Vega. I think a lot of you are actually going to really enjoy that. It's kind of running out of time tonight. Needle Through Coin is another great little visual moment. Twisting 13 Plus is a very cool little packet trick. Cannot recommend that one enough. It's really, really cool and visual. Self-working basically too. Not ESP is a great new app that just came out. It's a drawing duplication with what looks to be nothing more than your Notes app. And this does also work on iPhone or Android devices, which is cool. And you can also use their phone. Very cool. It's been very popular lately with us. So if you're into that kind of stuff, don't miss it. That is another great piece of magic that just came out. So we have lots of good stuff for you over there. All right. And I think, since we missed the very first spin, because it was a whammy, let's do one more free spin before we go. So if we're going to do that, there are a couple people I want to add real quick. Yort Spades came in late tonight. I know Yort's a very busy guy, so we want to get him on there. I also don't know if I have Chad. I know, Chad, you were on our supporters. Chad, you are on the free will. I think there was someone else, though. Also, Hungry and Hungover says, the price for not ESP is incredible for what you get. App of the year. So if you guys are interested in that, check it out. One of our friends actually has it and is loving it. Mike was the other person. Mike Rosario. I want to get you on there, Mike. Thank you for letting us know you want to win. You are on the wheel now. Anyone else? I think I actually see, I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this guy. Brad Cook. I'm going to add Brad Cook to the wheel. He's staring at his phone right now. I'm going to add Brad. Let's see if he looks up. Here he goes. Brad Cook. You're on the wheel now. There's Brad. There he is. Brad's on the wheel now. I got Brad. He's like, wait, what? Me? Good to see you, Brad. Okay, so I think we are all set. So prize wheel now includes Brad Cook. So I'm going to shuffle this up a little bit. And here we go. Good luck, friends. Brian Cornwall, the not ESP does work for Android or iOS. It does. Yep. You are good to go. Brad, I thought I was going to land on you. Damn. George G, another one of our good friends around here. Congrats to George G. Oh, bonus winner action going on over here. Info at allthingsmagic.com to claim your prize. Get in there, and we'll get you a little bonus prize there, Mr. George G. All right, congratulations.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And I have one last thing to show you. I can't believe I almost forgot to bring this to you. Thank you to our friend Frankie Valle for actually sending this to me. This is courtesy of Joshua Masato, Mr. Masato. And this, for me, is one of the funniest damn things that happened at Magic Live. I want to show you now, and then I'll explain what's going on. So I'm going to turn off the audio so you can just hear me talking through this. What's going on right now is, if you've never been to Magic Live, this is the Mardi Gras bar. This is where everybody's hanging out in the evenings, and it is the place to be. Now, what you're probably missing here, let me turn that up, there we go, is that the person everyone's looking at is David Copperfield. He's behind this guy there. You can see him now a little bit better. So the story goes like this. This is the security guard telling David Copperfield, who currently has a deck of cards in his hand, no magic tricks, no cards, no cards. And David's like, oh. So David Copperfield, known by many as the greatest magician to have ever lived, has a security guard at the frickin' Orleans Hotel telling him no magic tricks. I'm not even kidding. So I think the backstory on this is that there was a security change coming up, the shift change. And on the other side of this bar, there are like the blackjack tables and the card game tables. From what I understand, the security staff was told, we don't want people with decks of cards near the table games. I think what happened was the security guards in general heard that and heard no playing cards, no card tricks, no tricks. So this lady, no freaking idea that that's David freaking Copperfield, walks up to the guy and is telling him, sir, no card tricks, no magic tricks. Granted, too, you've got 1,600 magicians at this convention, at this hotel, which I was in the hotel a week before the convention. There was no one in there. We gave that place so much business. But it's hilarious that someone is telling David Copperfield not to do magic tricks. And again, this was from Joshua Masato. He had his Ray-Bans on, the Meta glasses on. So got to give him a little bit of a shout out for the footage, because when I heard about this, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, we're going to end on that. David Copperfield, stop doing magic tricks. Can't do that here. Frickin' Orleans. This is pretty funny as we go out here. Hungry and Hungover saying, it's like saying no playing basketball to Michael Jordan. It is crazy. And you know what else is crazy? I went way too long tonight. Thank you for your patience with that. Hope you enjoyed being here as much as I did. And I will be back with you guys next Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time for more giveaways, more magic tricks, more news, and more people telling David Copperfield not to do magic. There we go. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week. And we are going to scoot on out for the night. And congrats again to our big winner, Kevin Long, picking up a free copy of Leviosa Phone. Here we go. Appreciate you guys. Much love. And thank you for being part of us here at All Things Magic. Your support really does mean the world to all of us. Thank you. Brian Cornwall, peace out, my peeps, and I shall see y'all next week. Can't wait. Thank you, little lady. Jeffrey Allen, thank you, Luke. Rest this week. Nice to see you. It was great to finally meet you. Jeffrey Allen, got to spend some good time with you, my friend. Thanks for fooling me. I'm still trying to figure out your game trick. Ken Dunn, great seeing you all tonight. Missed you guys, gals. Have a great week. You have a great week. Monk Van, again, we're all thinking about you, buddy. Take care of yourself. Eric Elmore, great to see you in Vegas. Great to see you back home safe and sound, my friend. Ellis Cohen, lots of love. Good to see you, buddy. Yes, congrats to all the winners. See you, friends. Catch you guys next time.
Thank you, and good night.